What's up YouTube? I'm your host Joss and welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. If you're new here, we have officially joined social media, so make sure you guys are following us on Instagram. Our links are now down below. Also, if you stick around until the end of this video, you can join me as I do some comment shoutouts. For today's video, we are doing a part 2 of a list that you guys really enjoyed. We are talking all about curses. Now, a curse is something that some people believe in and some people don't. Some things people will see as a weird coincidence, while others will believe it is no coincidence at all. You guys decide your own feelings about today's list. I am not here to judge, to each their own. Let's jump into today's list of top 10 actors who were cursed after a movie role, part 2. Starting off the list at number 10 is Jim CAVIEZEL. The incredibly talented actor took on the difficult role as Jesus in The Passion of the Christ. It's just common sense to know that it takes a certain amount of strength, talent, and skill to commit to a character like this and bring it to life. In 2004, Mel Gibson's retelling of the story caused a lot of controversy upon the movie's release. Some were based on religious views and beliefs, while others were more concerned about the strange occurrences that happened during production. Gibson was always reporting that different cast and crew members were experiencing different forms of miracles, but it didn't sit well with some when members were struck by lightning. Lightning struck the assistant director Jan Michelli twice, and also the actor who played Jesus himself, Jim CAVIEZEL. Neither of them faced serious injuries, but you can't help but feel like they got cursed in some way from this movie. The odds of being struck by lightning are literally 1 in a million. CAVIEZEL also sustained other injuries while filming, and one of them left him with permanent scarring on his back, the same way Jesus would have had slash scars on his. The movie itself will be interpreted differently depending on the viewer's religious beliefs, but generally speaking, some people believe there's some sort of curse going on here. At number 9 is James Dean, who died shortly before the release of his movie Rebel Without a Cause. The production of the movie ran smoothly, and the stars James Dean, Natalie Wood, and Sal Mineo all became close friends while making the movie. It was after the movie came out did people start to believe the movie had some sort of curse behind it. The iconic actor James Dean had his career cut short when he tragically died in 1955. The actor began to have a passion for cars, and while filming the movie he began to race in professional events. However, on September 30th he was driving down a California highway and slammed his car into the side of a turning vehicle. He suffered from severe injuries and was pronounced dead on the scene. People started to believe it was because of the movie that his car crashed, since it was the thing that brought him to his passion for cars. It was also hard for people to believe a professional racer would somehow crash his car at 85 miles per hour into another vehicle. Why the curse rumor kept spreading was because his 2 co-stars Natalie Wood and Sal Mineo also died after the movie by tragic incidents. A pizza delivery man stabbed Sal to death in an alley, and Natalie Wood died in a horrific drowning accident. Some people say it is all just a tragic coincidence, while others believe that it is a sadistic curse. What do you guys think? Swiping the number 8 spot is George Reeves, the actor who played Superman in the 1950s and died under mysterious circumstances. Believe it or not, there is a theory going around called the Superman curse that apparently took place many years ago. It started with George Reeves, who died tragically after taking on the role of the hero. Police ruled his death as a suicide by gunshot, but his fingerprints were never actually discovered on the weapon. It was on June 16, 1959 that he died between 1:30 to 2 a.m. A number of questionable findings were reported by the investigators. Not only were no fingerprints recovered from the gun, but no gunpowder residue was even found on George's hands. The curse was said to continue when the role was later taken on by Christopher Reeve in the 1979 Superman movie, and he continued for years after that. But in 1985, the actor suffered from a severe injury while horseback riding, and it left him paralyzed from the neck down. He continued to suffer for years but didn't give up on his recovery or his acting career. However, on October 10, 2004, the actor ended up passing away after he fell into a coma from a horrible infected ulcer. People believe this Superman curse was no coincidence, but luckily future Superman actors are still going strong. Taking our number 7 spot is John Wayne, who played Genghis Khan in The Conqueror. The actor spent a long time being tormented after the movie's release because of the questionable casting that people were calling racist. After filming the movie, the actor later was diagnosed with lung cancer in 1964, and by the year 1980, almost half of the combined cast and crew had developed cancer and died from the disease. Research began to surface and people believed the movie had a curse, which is how a large amount of people linked to one movie died. In the 1950s, nuclear testing was a common thing and it was well known to be radioactive and potentially lethal, which is why it's hard to believe that the producers of the movie would decide to shoot the movie near a nuclear testing site. The movie was filmed near the remote town of St. George in the Utah desert, which was only 100 miles away from the infamous Nevada test site. Over the years, people involved in the movie came forward with being diagnosed with cancer. Out of 200 people who worked on the production, 92 of them died of cancer, including John Wayne. At the time the movie was being filmed, the filming site was determined to be safe, which is why people believe there is something more to this tragic story. And at number 6 is Ellen Burstyn, who took on the role as Chris McNeil in the iconic horror movie The Exorcist. She has starred in many iconic movies throughout her long career, but none of them haunted her the way this one did. The Exorcist curse has been talked about on many occasions, linking the movie to people's deaths and other paranormal incidents. Ellen actually suffered from a horrible spine injury while filming one of the scenes, and people believe the curse has something to do with it. In the movie, she plays the mother of a child who becomes possessed, and at one point, the possessed daughter pushes her to the floor. During one take, she was knocked to the floor so hard that she injured her back and smashed her head on the floor. The scream you actually hear in the movie was actually her genuine reaction. She was being pulled to the floor by a wire that was controlled by one of the crew members. The actress spoke about it on HuffPost Live and said when the director told her to do the take again, she told him she got hurt and that she can't be pulled down that hard. He told her that it has to look real, but that he told the crew member not to pull so hard. She said, "But then I'm not sure that he didn't cancel that behind my back because the guy smashed me to the floor." She ended up permanently injuring her spine from the scene, and other members of the crew say that she actually wasn't pulled down hard by the crew member. They believe that a demon force is actually what threw her to the ground with that much force, since they were experiencing other paranormal things on set. She had to continue living with her injury and said that she still suffers from it to this day. Halfway through at number 5 is Richard Lawson, who played Ryan in the original movie Poltergeist. He is believed to be just another victim of the Poltergeist curse. The actor is still alive and well, unlike some of his other cast members who weren't so lucky. However, he was affected by the suspected curse in 1992 when he boarded flight 405 that was headed to Cleveland. It was reported that many passengers on the flight were feeling uneasy beforehand, almost like they knew something bad was going to happen. The actor himself was one of those people, and he was actually bumped to first class after a flight attendant recognized him. Shortly after takeoff, the plane crashed into a bay due to a failed takeoff. The plane had a total of 51 people who were trapped in their seats, and 27 of those people died, including someone who was assigned in his original seat. The actor survived, and if he hadn't been bumped up to first class last minute, he probably wouldn't be. People believe that the curse got a hold of his flight, but it must have been something more powerful that got him that seat change. Am I right? That is a little crazy. Okay guys, we are coming into number 4 with John Belushi. This one is a weird situation if you ask me. The actor was just the first person to be killed after only accepting a role. It is believed that everyone who read this script for this specific role was hit with the deadly curse. The unreleased movie was called Atuk, and it was a comedy screenplay written about an Eskimo who goes to New York City. And no, I am not joking, this is literally like 100% serious. It was never filmed, and apparently it's because of this so-called curse that was linked to it all. It all started with the actor John Belushi, who read the script and accepted the role, but died shortly after due to a drug overdose in 1982. Some people would say, so what? But after his death, the lead role then went to Sam Kinison. Production had been delayed because he kept demanding that parts of the movie be rewritten. He wasn't totally thrilled about the script. The production ended up coming to a complete halt because of disagreements he had with the studio United Artists. However, just a few years later, he died in a car crash. In 1994, the role once again was passed to John Candy. He accepted the role not knowing that the script had some sort of weird curse, and then died of a heart attack not long after. After that, the screenplay was said to be After that, the screenplay was put to rest and buried somewhere in Hollywood. I think that this story in itself could actually be a movie. A haunted script that kills every actor who reads it? I feel like that would be a really good movie. Someone should write that script for me. Alright guys, at number 3 is Jack McGowran, one of the actors who is believed to have died because of the famous Exorcist curse. The actor played Burt Dennings in the movie, and when the movie was in post-production, he died from a heart attack related to a case of the flu. People believe that everyone who died or was affected by this movie was was because of some sadistic curse. What was so strange about Jack's death was that his co-star Vasiliki Malairos also died while the film was in post-production, and both of their characters died in the film as well. Neither of them made it to see the final product of the movie, which made people feel that these deaths were very eerie. They acted in the movie in which their characters were killed by sadistic curse, but then died shortly after filming from the same curse. It's almost like the movie represented what was about to happen, like a Final Destination theory or something. At number 2 is Brandon Lee. The actor's death was a total freak accident and caused a lot of controversy because people believe the actor was cursed while filming the movie The Crow. The movie is about a musician named Eric, who Brandon Lee played, and his fiancée, who are brutally murdered the night before their wedding by members of a violent gang. The actor had almost completed filming and only had 3 days left to shoot. He was shooting a scene in which several thugs shoot at his character, but instead the actor was actually really shot and killed. Apparently what happened was, because production had time constraints, the prop crew members used real bullets with the powder charges removed, rather than dummy bullets. On one gun, the live primer, which is the charge that ignites the powder of the bullet, fired off one bullet which lodged it in the barrel of the gun. Then, during another take, an actor fired blank rounds in the gun which sent the bullet flying into Lee's abdomen. 6 hours later, the actor had died because of the wound. The rumors of the actor being cursed began to circulate because the accident was almost too spooky to be true. His character in the movie dies at gunpoint by a gang, and that is exactly what happened to him while filming that scene. How weird is that? Taking our number 1 spot is Heather O'Rourke, another actor who was alleged to be taken by the poltergeist curse. She was only 12 years old when she passed away, and it was while filming the series that she suffered from a mysterious illness. Sadly, the third movie was the last one that she made. Months before filming began, doctors misdiagnosed her with Crohn's disease. She was prescribed a steroid to treat the disease during the time she was filming Poltergeist 3. But on January 31st, 1988, Heather collapsed and was rushed to the hospital, where they found a bowel obstruction. During the attempt to surgically remove the blockage, she went into septic shock and suffered cardiac arrest. Her death was only months before the release of the third movie, which was actually the final chapter in the original series. A few of her other co-stars also passed away after filming, which is what had people believing there is no way her mysterious death wasn't because of this so-called curse. Okay guys, that's enough curse and death for me. Let me know what you think of this part 2 list down in the comments below, and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. For now, let's move on to some happier times by doing some comment shoutouts. Stephen George says, "Don't hate me, Jocelyn, but pizza with pineapple is the best. Prove me wrong." I actually love pineapple with pizza, so you guys are gonna have to prove me wrong as well. JK the Dovakin says, "I guess JB vanishing would be too much to ask for, lol." Well, I hope you're referring to Justin Bieber and not Jocelyn Bedard. That would be super awkward. Shafat Vivo says, "Where is our queen of heart, Lucy? I killed her. I finally destroyed Lucifer." Crazy Turtle says, "Just watched tier list premiere. Did you guys like it?" Make sure all of you guys check out our new sister channel at Tier List Official. We will link it down below. For now, I am getting out of here. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe before you go and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss another video. I'm your host Joss, and I will see you next time.